Hello everyone, I'm here today with Suren Movsisyan, the founder and CTO of AI Algorithm, the CMO at Revolve Games, and tech lead at Bitcoin Center NYC. Hi Suren, thank you for joining me today for this interview.
Thank you very much for having me here. It's really a great pleasure, and I want to thank also Data Science Conference whole team, management, and you and everyone else supporting. It's a really well organized and great event. So I'm really excited to be here, actually.
Thank you very much. So my first question to you is that you've had diverse roles in tech leadership, from founding AI Algorithm to working at Bitcoin Center NYC. What inspired you to dive into blockchain and AI, and how has your journey evolved over the years?
That's a great question. So I started blockchain very early, back in 2013, when I heard first about Bitcoin, and I started acquiring Bitcoin because I read the white paper many times. So every time I read, even nowadays, the white paper, I learn something new. And I'm a core technology believer. I'm not trading. I'm not a trader. I'm especially with Bitcoin. So I believe in the tech, and I believe that this is something revolutionary that humankind hasn't been having so far, at least in terms of the kind of a solution that it provides. And not only the kind of a digital currency you can call, or digital token, but also the BRC20, let's say the protocol and the solution by itself, which we can utilize in many tech solutions, which I'm trying to do as well. I think that is revolutionary, like the way it's all constructed. So that drove me there. And then I got exposed to early members from Bitcoin Center New York City. So we basically founded the world's first physical commodity exchange of Bitcoin, 100 feet from the New York Stock Exchange. Our founder and friend, Nick Spanos, is a revolutionary tech leader, programmer himself. So at some point of time, Nick had around 45% of the whole blockchain and crypto patents, the biggest one in the world. So he was running the center on his account, basically. At some point of time, the bills were very high, actually, if you convert into current Bitcoin terms. So there's a big space, actually, right in the center of Manhattan, actually. So yeah, that's pretty much how it started. I'm keeping in touch with all the folks from that years. I think those were the golden years. So I'm very happy. Thank God I entered the right way to the space, because a lot of stuff is happening, also good and bad in the space. So you got to know the right connections and people to enter into at least to know what you are doing in the space, basically.
Thank you. And what excites you most about the intersection of AI and blockchain, and how do you see these technologies complementing each other?
That's a great question. I feel this is the next level revolution for the blockchain, with the massive adoption of AI technologies and GPT models being built, because I was an AI programmer since 2012, 2013. I created the first AI even in my PhD dissertation. So it's got implemented with a few alcohol beverage companies inside their shop. So what I built was actually a complementary and substitute product AI scanner for both Android and iOS, so people could enter to the shop, scan the product, and it will show the complementary. For example, red wine goes well with the fish or this type of salmon meat or something. So it was pretty interesting at the time. So since then I was learning like crazy. I graduated Andrew Nguyen's Deep Tech University. I got some courses from Harvard Business School. I was a researcher 4 years at Copenhagen Business School. So my scientific articles are published in 45 plus countries in 17 languages, used by a few governments and USDA and other organizations. So yeah, I think that was pretty exciting times. And then I thought how we can integrate both together. So that's when 2017 mostly, like when I came up with this AI music software, I thought there's gonna be a metaverse dimension as well. So 2019 already was the metaverse time. So I converged those technologies in the metaverse. Then I came up with this AI human called Cassandra. So the name is also very interesting. So the name is from the Greek mythology. Cassandra is the predictor, basically. So she was able to predict both bad and good news. So I was thinking it's like like living in Matrix movie, in my opinion. So I was like, how can we bring this metaverse technology to mass adoption? So that's why we implemented Cassandra in a few places. Like we tried, at least by implementing, I don't want to say it's live because we show to the owners, let's say in some shops, like in Dubai Mall and some areas. So what Cassandra was actually doing, it was still AI and the blockchain human, you can imagine, right? So she was speaking, let's say in Arabic and English, and explaining the customers the product, right? With the mobile, they could just basically scan and the AI human will appear here. It's hard, you got to see with your eyes, but after the event, on a side note, I'll show you how it works. So she can dance, she can speak over 100 languages, and she's also part of the metaverse. So this was my way of thinking how we can bring this non-existent artificial world into more cognitive kind of environment where we can interact with her. Also with devices it works, with the Oculus device, been tested until this last model, it works very perfectly. And plus it's very unique, you don't need to run on the latest iOS. Even people in rural areas like Africa, India can easily use this. It's just in their pockets, it's a URL basically. So I minimized it, put in the URL. So the solution is pretty revolutionary in my opinion, and that connects two worlds together. And then my metaverse is very unique because it's an NFT treasure hunt type of game, right? So I found it the world's, let's say, recognized, featured as the world's second largest clubhouse club. Right now 60,000 plus members, a lot of celebrities there. So some of them just directly want to do a business with me. So they're like, hey, I want to drop my exclusive NFT. So some NFTs that you see in our metaverse, it's only here. And we did also present it at least to the Emporio Armani back in 2022 in Milan. So we created their virtual space with their digital twin in Milan Duomo area, the NFT box and stuff. And also there was VR kind of a fashion show happening there under Hangar. So my close partner Ludovica Gualtieri Milano Instituto Marangoni, we made that. She put it also in her masters. I was still early. It was like early times. And then I even for Cassandra I asked basically write Airbnb asking if it can be like your tour guide, because you know like people can be registered tour guide, right? I haven't heard yet, but I'm kind of trying to make that happen as well. This is like the next evolution. But I had this idea crazy like 2-3 years ago when I built Cassandra. I'm like, why can't she be the tour guide actually? Connecting, like you can walk, let's say in Copenhagen or something, but she can come with you and explain how this or that kind of history was made right there. So I think that's also interesting. I'm trying to push forward that as well. So yeah, that was the idea. Basically, my metaverse is using multiple AIs. It's a generative AI prompt-based system. I have my own kind of a SaaS generative AI business. So people can create their creatures, push it there, and then through our Zap NFT marketplace, this Nick Spanos marketplace, and we can push that on the NFT as well. So that's how I feel we found out the solution, how to merge multiple kind of tech solutions together. And help push blockchain. And I'm a big blockchain believer, I'll be super honest. So anything, I'm also a blockchain developer. I'm building a Solana and Ethereum mostly, but recently started experimenting also on BRC20, this like Bitcoin's native chain that became kind of very active there. So in my opinion, blockchain is just the augmentation of the next level of product sales and the funnel. So this is how I explain, like I'm not a investor in these shit coins, degen or stuff. I'm not manipulating. I don't like that kind of things that are happening. Especially I think at some extent mostly these type of traders are actually need to be cleaned out from the system as well, because it creates negative kind of reputation stuff. For me it's just technology, how we can take it, converge and come up with interesting solutions basically. It was a bit long, but I was trying kind of to come from different dimensions basically.
So you worked on various high-impact projects. What qualities do you look for when building teams to tackle complex challenges in blockchain and AI?
That's a great question. So I work with over 70 projects. I'm possessing very different roles, right? I work with Untapped Ventures VC company. We work with Burbank City Office. We did one of the, if not the world's first, at least in US, first Future Work Accelerator program. I'm currently working as an advisor at the DSC as well, at the Ripple Scale Me Up project under like in collaboration with the UAE, the Dubai government as well. So this recently I joined Ignite. It's a growth platform. There's ambitious goal to connect over 100,000 plus businesses together. So it's Prince Hamdan is directly also managing the process. So that was also pretty exciting. So possessing that much of a diverse knowledge just helps me to also psychologically understand, right? I'm not looking for simple kind of technical questions on the interview. For me, it's more important as a human, like his human characteristics and how much he's appreciative and how much passion he has for this or that role. I think the rest we can learn, especially in this AI era. I'm not looking for like too much of an expert in everything, unless it's not very complicated, it's a smart contract or something. There you need some CTO type of person, right, to obviously handle it. But otherwise, pretty much even on the let's say a bit less than C-level people, I'm usually hiring by their passion and by their devotion and seeing this fire in their eyes, and usually it works. Some of my employees right now, she's head of growth at Dubai office, for example. So another employee is working with a big organization in Germany. So I got a lot of success stories. I'm not talking much, especially on the podcast, about that. But for me, it's more if they overachieve me, that's what makes me happy. So I like to motivate people to reach higher and higher and higher than me. Actually, I feel more motivated that these guys are kind of succeeding actually in their life. So that's my way I understand basically the life, and also help people. I'm more like a team player. I'm not a standard bossy type of a CEO. You would see it from my LinkedIn as well, with recommendations how the people talk about me. So they are like you are just a humble kind of person trying to roll up the sleeves and work with us. They're like, why do you even work? Like, you don't need to work. You got this long time in crypto and stuff. I'm like, man, I mean, it's like my stimulus. I can't stop working and pushing the stuff and technology forward in innovative ways. So that's why I think it was helping me to succeed in different areas and help people actually to succeed themselves as well. So.
Thank you. And lastly, looking ahead, what's one innovation or breakthrough you're most excited to work on or see realized in the tech world?
That's another great question. So as I mentioned, I'm thinking Cassandra might be implemented in real life more in an extensive manner. I was thinking about creating the digital world portals before the one I think put in the New York and different areas. So a portal where, let's say, we are here in Belgrade, we can communicate with people in Copenhagen through this digital portal. So I think these digital worlds are pretty interesting and engaging, so people can still not be robotized and the AI chips and stuff won't be there, but like they can just communicate, right, with each other. So that's exciting. Then if Cassandra can be a tour guide or some other kind of dimensions which hasn't been tapped yet, so I think that's also gonna be exciting. And then I'm working on this other exciting project trying to create the New York Stock Exchange indicator for blockchain. So basically it's a big data AI trying to analyze and come up with the index which will be representable, especially nowadays. You see Bitcoin is approaching 100K, and again, a lot of scams are rising as well. We want to clean the noise basically there. And the last thing, one of the last, let's say, is like my friend VGI Pravin Maharanjan. He created this company, BeatsCrunch, which got founded by Anmoca Brands and Binance Labs, etc. So what it does, it eliminates the fraud in NFTs, basically. So NFT trade fraud detection AI platform. So we got early collaboration with AI Algorithm and BeatsCrunch as well. We're trying to see how we can implement that in the metaverse. I think that will be also unique for if we are able to push it forward. And then price oracles, the last I would say. So these are the Zap, Nick Spanos company, Zap price oracles. They predict the price in different dimensions, right? So I want to provide our land and our metaverse investors up-to-date live interactions, so they are able with the AI and these oracles. Oracle is like third-party independent validator for the broader audience. So it validates the transactions and comes up with smart suggestions for you. Basically, I want people in the metaverse to be educated and make educated decisions. That's the last kind of, I think, in my agenda. There are a lot of ideas, but I think those are the... And with NFT auction, I was super early to get also different handles. So we got NFT podcast handle, NFT podcast with S, and NFT auction. So with NFT auction, we are doing NFT 100 featuring of top artists. So yeah, I won't open up the details, but one of the artists' work is featured on the Las Vegas Sphere. Another artist's artwork was either purchased or admired by Snoop Dogg. You know, Snoop Dogg is a big NFT investor himself as well. So this type of artist, I'm trying by featuring to push forward the revolution, basically. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.